2. Man, the most beautiful of all God's creation, whose purpose was to serve and praise, yet chose to part ways. Man, the very image of God, whose creation was a product of love, yet chose to be proud, idle, and consumed by self-love. How it began is something of a dispute, but what we know of sin's root all started with a bite from a fruit. Man had fallen from grace in once a perfect place. When the sly serpent tempted man, she who grew from one rib became curious to know her Creator's master plan, to which her innocence was preempted. Feeling left out, the man too tasted, and the magic of Eden was in a flash wasted. It was the first bite that became sin, which lost us God's grace. Now lost and forever, man was debased. With a heavy heart, God casted out man from Eden's land, telling the man that he will forever toil the sand. Each day, he will go to the fields to see what was growing, only to find the fields he toiled bearing nothing. Man will plow, harrow, disk, water and pray, until his bones will ache, his hands will bleed, and his hairs turn gray, till he returns to the ground and once again becomes dust from which he came. To the woman, God said, "Because you took the first bite, I will greatly multiply your pain in childbirth. In pain you will bring forth children, yet your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." And so, man's separation from God started. Over the years, man then learned to toil the ground. He learned how to grow crops, to plant a seed and watch it bear fruit, how to tame the beasts of the wild. For food and for shelter, nature was defiled, and with it came greed. Man became obsessed with wanting more, never content on what he alone bore, always seeking something he cannot attain, because within every man there's a deep pit of disdain. Man learned how to create fire, to prevent death from the cold without, but instead death came from the cold within. For with fire, man learned to create metal, for art, for beauty, and for battle. Because from the beauty of art, man became envious, envious of how another could possess something more beautiful than what he had. Man learned to use metal to kill, to feed the envy that he feels. To gain something that he has not, man learned to untie compassion's knot. With a cry of anger, man took to the fields, to charge at his brother with swords and shields. Discarding love to choose hate, determined to put a sword in his brother's breastplate, doing everything he can to achieve victory, all to feed his pride's sake. Pride was our weakness. Wherever it goes, it destroys humanity's uniqueness. Because of pride, we tried to be God, saying we can be like Him. So, we created a tower on a whim. We named it Babel, which turned out to be a fraud. So God looked at His world and His creation. What has had become of my creation? Because of sin, they choose damnation. Let me destroy it, He sighed. But his son stopped him and cried, "Don't, Father, for they do not know what to do. Send me to the world so they may know what is right and wrong, so changes will be true." So, on a starry night in Bethlehem, a child was born, so that humanity would be once again reborn.